All right, trade pros, welcome to our morning market update for Monday, July the 30th of 2018. I'm back home. I'm back in Toronto. Our flight yesterday was delayed. I'll give you guys a quick little story. It's a funny one. Our flight was delayed by 2.5 hours. So I got home at almost 1 a.m. From Jamaica. We flew back from our honeymoon. And I told Reese the flight coming into Jamaica from Toronto was delayed because they flipped that plane and sent them back to Toronto on that route. I told her it was delayed 2.5 hours. She gets up and she says, I'm going to get some snacks. I'm like, Reese, we're boarding right now. There was probably 30 people ahead of us. And I guess she didn't hear that part and went away. And then everyone boarded. They're calling her a name, saying, come now, we're going to last boarding call, whatever. And at one point, I heard them at the desk saying, just remove the luggage. We're going to get going without them. And I'm like, Reese, I'm trying to call her. She's not picking up. She's strolling down the aisle about 5 minutes later. She's like, I was looking for some mango slices. I guess she didn't realize that we were boarding right then and there. I mean, I'm not laughing at her. I laugh with her kind of. Like, that was almost a $1,400 mango slice. And she didn't find them. In today's morning market update, but I'm back. I'm happy. I'm safe. And in today's morning market update, we're going to talk about the economic week ahead. We got a super week of economic indicators coming up, and it's going to be super busy. There's going to be a lot of volatility. Day traders, this is going to be your delight. Swing traders, I got to forewarn you, this week ahead will not be easy for you to navigate through because there may be a lack of trend. We may get volatility upside, then the downside, seesaw and chop. And then after this week, we head into the typical institutional trader and investor holidays. So August is all holiday week, the first week or two. All right. So after this week, we might see a little bit more consolidation, summer market type price structure. Let's pull out our passports. Let's stamp those back pages. In Asia, Japan's down 0.7%. Hong Kong's down 0.3%. China down 0.2%. India up 0.4%. So mostly down on the Asian session to start the week. In Europe, at midday, London's down 0.2%. Paris is down 0.3%. Frankfurt's down 0.2%. So for all intents and purposes, right across the board in Europe as well. Although it's kind of minor, a minor drop. It's not a huge downside move, but it is following the Asian market weakness, and it's also selling off. Futures here in the United States, Dow is flat, S&P's down 0.1%, Nasdaq's down 0.2%. So you can see slight red or slight weakness in the markets. Not enough to say it's going to be a massive down day, but Friday we closed on a pretty bearish note, and because of that bearish note, I think that we're going to try to explore the downside a little bit more again today on the open. So I'm going to say sell rallies today until you see a lot of buying momentum, then just turn around and start getting long. But I do think the first move is going to be to the downside. All right, crude oil's up 1.3%, gold's up 0.6%, and Bitcoin's down 1%, but back above 8,000. I had a key support now forming and a key resistance. Key support's around 7,700, key resistance around 8,300. If we break above 8,300, look for a move to the upside of Bitcoin to about 10, 11, maybe even 12,000. All right. In today's calendar, we have pending home sales at 10 a.m. at the top of the hour. That's going to not really be a market moving type event, but there is going to be volatility around it. So keep your eyes open and watch the charts. 10:30, we got Dallas Fed manufacturing survey in the United States. We have some manufacturing numbers, and at 3 p.m. we have farm prices. However, the big week this week is all about central banking. Just about every key central bank in the global economy is reporting their monetary policy today, including the Federal Reserve. So let's just recap this. U.S., Japan, the U.K., Brazil, and India all have major economic, not major economic, but major Federal Reserve type or central bank type meetings and announcements. So you're going to have to watch out for a lot of these statements. This week is the week that's imperative to have a news wire. You got to have a live news squawk that gives you up to the second updates of what's happening in the markets, because that's where your trading opportunities are going to be around those times. All right, so let's have a look at the calendar here. Let me just flip my phone that landscape so I can see a little bit better. Today we have the Bank of Japan policy rate announcement and monetary policy statement. That's going to be around, it's always a tentative, there's no time, but it's going to be later on around 10 p.m. Eastern. And then their press conference is usually around 1 to 2 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday morning. So evening traders and traders in the evening room or night stalkers trading room, you're going to have opportunity on the yen futures and currencies today. All right, it picks up tomorrow. We have U.S. consumer confidence at 10 a.m. in Canada, GDP month to month. Then on Wednesday, we start to accelerate economic news. We have the ADP non-farm employment change report early in the morning, 8:15 before the market open. That's a precursor to the all-important monthly non-farm payrolls on Friday. We'll talk about that in a moment. On Wednesday, we also have ISM manufacturing PMI. We also have crude oil inventories. At 2 p.m., we have the FOMC statement and the federal funds rate, which just about nobody's expecting to see a change on. No press conference, however, after that meeting. So it's basically just going to be looking for change to the language in the statement. All right, that's Wednesday. And if you think it was volatile enough, let's flip to Thursday. Thursday is all about the pound. Out of the UK economy, we have a construction PMI, Bank of England's inflation report, the bank rate votes, the monetary policy summary, and the official bank rate. Plus, Bank of England Governor Mark Carney is going to speak in a press conference at 7:30 a.m. So a lot of volatility around the pound expected midweek. All right, and then we end this super week of economic news on Friday with a massive report. All right, we have the non-farm payrolls report. Last month we whiffed. The month before we whiffed even worse. The Federal Reserve, actually last month we did good. The last 2 months before we whiffed, which means we missed the report. Non-farm payrolls. Hey, Marky, you might mute that. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Non-farm payrolls are the monthly report that the Federal Reserve looks at for jobs and labor, and so do all traders. That comes out at 8:30 in the morning. It's a 3-tier release. There's a headline number of jobs added in the economy, average hourly earnings, and the unemployment rate. And then at 10 a.m. we have ISM non-manufacturing. So we got every single economic event this week is a big economic event, and it's a global impact. So there's going to be opportunity to day trade if you're around the right community, right environment. And this is where I have to invite you guys to come out and check out the TRADEPRO Academy Day Trader Pro or Elite subscription, which allows you to trade with us in a live trading room every morning, 9 to 11 a.m. Basically, after this updated turnaround, we trade in the room with our group. This is a great week to be around experienced traders that have been doing this for a long time. All right, I got to add up the years of experience we have, but I'm sure between the 4 of us that we host, it's at least 50 years plus of experience. So, I mean, that's significant. So that's what we got this week. All right. Last but not least, before we get into the trading room and I call it a day, I want to tell you guys this. Anyone who's living out in Northern California, Fresno area, any of the college kids, man, you guys are in for a rough patch, and our hearts go out with you. And so do our positive thoughts. Not overly religious, so I can't say prayers, but I can tell you there's an energy at work, and I'll send you guys some positive vibes through meditation. So stay strong, be strong out there. This wildfire has killed 6 people so far. It's claimed 6 lives. More than 38,000 people remain under evacuation orders in and around the city of Redding, about 160 miles north of Sacramento. I know Sacramento was impacted as well since starting last Monday. I think they're looking for a guy that actually started some of this fire. He manually, like a pyro dude, just went there and lit it, which is not cool. What else? It's called the Carr Fire. I have a friend whose last name is Carr, so I'm going to see if he was up to no good last Monday. But is already charred. Almost 90,000 acres of vegetation were lost in this fire, and when only 5% of this wildfire at the moment is contained. All right. So these are statistics according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. So, yeah, Northern California, man, I hope you guys are good, and I hope this passes with minimal damage to you and your family. If you guys want to pop in the comment section below if you're experiencing something or your family is, what's going on, we would appreciate it. Let us know. Keep the group informed. But like I said, our positive thoughts go out to you guys. I hope you stay safe, and I hope this passes without any more damage. That's all we got for today. Manage your risk, trade like a trade pro, and I get a feel that we're going to try the downside a little bit today. I'm going to start trying to sell rallies, but I haven't been trading for 2 weeks. I traded 1 day in the last 2 weeks. So anything I do today, I'm going to do it with extreme caution. I'm going to trade less size, less frequency, and go for the quicker profits. If I finish the day with 13 trades, 150 contracts traded, and and trading 10 lots on the S&Ps and 10s on oil, I've failed myself. So I'm trying not to do that. Yeah, even if I finish flat, but I've stuck to my rules, I'll be more happy than if I break all the rules and make money. So today I'm going for just reacclimatizing to climbing Everest. You go one base camp, you go down to another, go back up, try to get used to the thinness in the air. There's thinness in the air here because it's a small office. Victorio's got large lung capacity. So it shouldn't be hard. Yeah. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Thanks for tuning in. Happy to be home. We got a great week ahead of us, and we'll keep you guys on the right side of the market. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, and see you later. Bye, guys. Let me just turn around and open up the trade room. All right, Trade Pros.